Welcome back, guys. This is Jason, KM4ACK. Today I wanted to take a look at getting a couple of pieces of software installed on your Pi to come up with an APRS Digipeater in the end. For this video, I went ahead and installed a bone stock version of Raspbian Stretch. Now, the reason I did this is I already had Direwolf installed on the test box that I've been using for the other videos. So I wanted to back up and make sure that we didn't leave anything out. So let's go ahead and get started today. First thing that we'll do is, as usual, go ahead and open up the terminal window. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and download the software that we need. So we're going to use git clone and this web address here, and I'll leave a link to that down in the description as well. After that finishes up, let's run the list command, which is ls, and you'll see that we have a new directory here, Direwolf. So let's go ahead and move into that directory. So cd direwolf, and let's run the make command next. Alright, and it looks like we're missing a couple of dependencies here. So we want to copy this, and we'll go ahead and paste that in here, so that we can get the right dependencies installed. Alright, now that that's been done, let's go ahead and try the make command again. Alright, that takes a couple of minutes to finish up, so next we will go ahead and run sudo make install. And then following the directions on the screen, the last thing we'll do is make install-conf. And let's go ahead and clear the screen. Okay, so let's go ahead and move back to our home directory using cd space ... That'll take you back one directory. And the next thing we need to do is grab some information about our sound card. So we will run arecord space -l. Alright, and you'll see that my signal link is showing up here. USB audio codec. It's card 1 and device 0. So we need to know that information when we start to go in and change our Direwolf configuration. Next we'll run the list command, so ls. And you'll see right here, this is our sample comp file that was created when we installed Direwolf. So let's go ahead and make some changes to that configuration file. So sudo nano direwolf.conf. Alright, let's start coming down the page. Alright, the first line here, or this line that I'm on now, a device plug HW : 1, 0. There's a pound sign in the front of that. That means it's commented out currently. We want to delete that pound sign. And let's keep coming down the page. Alright, when you find the line that says my call, no call, let's take out the no call and enter your own call sign here. Whoop. And then you can see here that modem 1200 is already selected. So we'll leave that for the time being, since we're working with APRS. So let's get out of this file and save it with Control X, Y, and enter to write our changes back to the disk. Okay, so the other thing we need is a copy of Xastir, and instead of compiling from source, we're going to take the easy way out. So let's do sudo apt-get install Xastir, Xastir. Alright, and when you come to this screen here, press the Tab key to select yes, and then enter. All right, now that that's finished, let's go ahead and clear the screen. And let's start Direwolf with Direwolf-P. All right, so let's just go ahead and minimize that window, and we'll open a new terminal window. In this window, we want to run sudo Xastir. All right, when you first run Xastir, you'll be presented with this screen. You'll need to change no call to your own call sign. And I'm going to give it an SSID of 4. I use that for testing quite a bit. So KM4ACK-4 for the call sign. Now we need to tell it our latitude and longitude. Right here at What's My GPS, you can right-click anywhere in the map, and it'll give you your latitude and longitude over here. So let's get that information copied over into Xastir. All right, and then you can use this section here to set up some information about your antenna. It really has no effect on how the program works, but does put that information out on the APRS websites. When you're done here, go ahead and click OK. And let's maximize that screen. Now we can click and drag to zoom in on the map. Not a very good looking map, so let's change that first. We'll go to Map and Map Chooser. And let's select this one here, the OSM tiled mapnik.geo, and click Apply. And then select OK. All right, so the next thing we need to do is come up to Interfaces and Interface Control. And let's click on Add. And we're going to add a serial KISS TNC. Now, right here, we need to tell it which TNC port we want to use. Let's go back and take a look at Direwolf. And you'll see that Direwolf creates this symlink here, /TMP/KISS TNC. So let's minimize this and add that information. Let's turn on Digipeater right here by clicking on the box and click OK. And then let's highlight this here and click Start. You should see your device is up now. The next thing we'll need to do is click Add another interface control and choose Internet Server. The only thing we need to enter here is our APRS passcode. Let's go find that now. I'll leave a link to this website in the description below. When you get to the website, you just enter your call sign and click the Get Code. You'll see my passcode is here. Yours will be different. It's based on the call sign that you enter. So we'll take that number and let's go back to Xastir and enter that. And say OK. And again, we want to click on this internet server that we just created and say Start. Go ahead and close the dialog box. And let's test the new system. For this test, I'm going to be using the little Baofeng radio connected to the Android phone that I showed you guys in a previous video. So we'll go ahead and send out our beacon. All right, so I zoomed in a little bit, but you can see that it did put my HT on the map. Now let's go take a look at that on the APRS website. All right, once we're at aprs.fi, let's go ahead and type in the call sign with the SSID of my HT. There's my HT on the map, and you can see that it was gated by KM4ACK-4. It looks like everything is working correctly. Once you're finished up and you're ready to shut down the system, you can just go ahead and exit out of Xastir. Close that terminal window and open the first one that had Direwolf running, and we'll just press Control-C to exit out of it. And that's it. You should have your APRS Digipeater up and running. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you get your Digipeater set up and running, and we will see you guys on the next video. Until then, 7-3.